I have something I need you to translate for me.
China, 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 China. I have to have my China. China, 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 China now, China, China. You know.
Now you heard it. What do you make of it?
ラバダイアナ、スベイキ愛知順次、シークなジノギアリオジアイ。
What's up, guys? I am me. I'm still stuck in the cold astral plane, and this is me, but with a newly learned alien language in honor of the movie we're talking about today, Arrival, which is largely about that.
ステングシムスパーカル BTBD スニムスポイラダイアム。
So it was directed by Denis Villeneuve. It was directed by Denis Villeneuve, who has movies like Prisoners and Sicario under his belt. And mentioning those two movies, you should already be excited. So does this new one keep the streak going? Arrival is the movie about the linguist Louise Banks and what she experiences when coming in contact with aliens and their language. It all ties up with her connection to her daughter, which is the heart of the movie. And in the background, the world is trying to deal with this extraterrestrial contact in its own way. So the military offers Louise a job, and after accepting it, she is transported to one of the 12 locations on Earth where the aliens have landed. She has to learn, translate their language, teach them ours, and eventually pop the most important question to humanity. But would you please return to me?
リラクス、リラクス、It was just me, you are but I play free from you. ニカダニグライジム。
Or the real question, what is your purpose on Earth? The more she understands it, the more the language starts changing her view on her life and memories. And a quote from the movie sums this up best. When you learn a new language, you start thinking in it. The story is great because it's an adaptation of a novelette by science fiction writer Ted Chiang. I cannot recommend this guy enough. He's amazing. His stories are always scientifically rational, complex, but explained in precise and evocative prose. And I'm glad to say that as an adaptation, this movie does not disappoint. It is very close to the structure of the novelette, has almost the same emotional depth and complexity, while streamlining language term explanations. This is an intellectual movie about figuring out the alien language alongside the characters while investing yourself in Louise's relationship with her daughter.
チャライアムバセキーシーケドアイアスフリモーバボイスカープタドーグリングビスティコーズモークスロー IR タイラノマリュベトタスビエナズビルジェスニズパーエスキーニマズアピア TV 向かうボーズストラチャラパシロード PER ドランパスパシバスノリジョージレーシオプパートノブリーカウケイプレイビアイグライブユーゼットサービス IR タイターバトピマシスラサイシーニズトクスタズカリズメンディプアティプライブドプリアセアル
I agree that the novelette had a more emotional punch. I think the mother-child connection was explored more deeply in the story through how it was structured, because it was non-linear. And the movie, I think, is a tiny bit more linear than that. Secondly, I think it was less impactful on me because I knew the story beforehand, I knew everything that is gonna happen. So everything hinged on the actor performances and the score. The composer of this movie was Johan Johansson, and his score at points was very surprising. Na 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 na. Sounds weird, but it fit nicely with the atmosphere of the movie. While Amy Adams delivered a soft-spoken but tough and heartfelt performance as Louise Banks.
ベトサジーアダプタシザジーラ IR テラタスダリクカリギャディナパグラインタイニストーリーヨセミティアピーパサヤリンキマドジオーツバイザミスジデニモワキマーコミスネットカイザヤナイケイプジョーズベグシスフィルムサスティプニンタズズマニメプライジスクーマゾア TV アムズケアリアミンフィキルアジャドーグレイビアイ
I'm guessing the military aspects were added to make the movie more exciting for some audiences, as the novel is more low-key. In the third act of the movie, it veers slightly into action movie territory, where Louise has to save the day. But it's not that bad.
デルシムマイニューズ、ポーフィリモゴーリンリタイジョースマズ、ケイドンズプラタイズムズ、オーカートゥアイアールペーシオフィルモ、デージビジアムズ、カリーナリージアレティ、ギャリムタイクパゼイキーシー、ケイドリーキーアティライスザイコープトアイアールスカーティービザドマザイ。
So all in all, judging the movie's presentation, I give it one eyeball and the award another one for it being one of the best adaptations I've ever seen. But comes best? And let's hear the final absolute verdict for this movie right now.
フィリモーミリタリスティーニアヤスピータイアイアールトレッシャジョーベイクスモーホリバダイニズカイミナシオストロパーズカリゾアデトローキーアドマザイナオアイディジョーズキライパドーグンズガディナバイゾーフィルモーカリズプリコーストドマザイナオッパドプレードジーマイアールプリバータイジャングシースミシニストドレースユーマロニューミユスキライアムピグナティビタディニジー。
Exactly. Now go watch the movie, give the studios money for us to get more movies like this, more adaptations of this guy's work. And after you've done either, come back here and tell me in the comments what do you think of them. So if you liked us, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And Butt Knows Best out!